Ni hao and welcome back to China.
They got one win. Yes, they got one win. It's going to be a shootout to see who takes first.
As I said, ni hao and welcome back to China, where we will keep going here in Chengdu, the capital of the Sichuan province. 8 games into a 12-game slate today for the women's series opener here in 2025, and what action we have gotten so far. A 17-point explosion from one of the players. 2 undefeated teams in Pool A and Pool C. The crowd is already in the venue, and we got 4 more games to go to wrap up pool play and see who makes it to the day number 2 tomorrow to fight for all the prize money and all the honor. And again, 8 games into the main draw, and things are looking good out here in Chengdu, underneath the Twin Towers in the financial district. The Netherlands picked up 2 wins in their Pool A action, beating both Australia and Takasaki. China did the same thing, beating Kazakhstan and Mongolia. We are about to shift our attention to Pool D, though, and Pool D, a mess. Thailand already out of the competition. Singapore, an unexpected victory, as well as Yuanda Meile, your 12th seed. Both teams scoring 21 points on their way to a win, and now we'll try to figure out who can come out of that pool in first place. A good start to the season on the women's series, and a focal year on women's empowerment here in 2025. On the FIBA 3x3 website, articles will be going towards the heroes in the women's game. It started on International Women's Day, culminating on March 8, 2026. A spotlight on the game-changing female 3x3 basketball players who are inspiring the next generation of fans and players globally. Gender equality, a big agenda item for FIBA, especially in 3x3 basketball. As most of you know, we have a ball that is used for both the men's and the women's competition, and we try to double up on those competitions. As is happening here in Chengdu, we got the women's series kicking off today. Tomorrow we will wrap that up, and we'll start the World Tour in Chengdu as well. The men's come into action tomorrow and finish up on Sunday. So again, a big year for the women's series with 17 stops confirmed. The finals in September. The 6th season of the women's series is bound to be an exciting one. And as mentioned before, we will hop right into Pool D action. It's Singapore and Yuanda Meile lacing them up in a battle of the 12th seed versus the 5th seed. And Singapore had been on quite the losing streak, had not won a game in a while, but they're back. And they won. Chengdu was a big part of it. At defeat of Thailand, a 21-16 victory for Singapore. Sin Johan with 5 points, 3 boards in that one. Choi Ting was good. Lydia was active both on defense and on offense, but it came down to one player and one player only. Lim Ji Lin Ying Germain, number 27 with 11 big points, 4 from 6 from range, doing in Thailand. It seemed like they were on their way to a quarterfinal berth at first, but Singapore rushed back into that one, got the W, and now will be playing tomorrow, and we'll have to figure out whether they can come out pool in first or second. To come out in first, they're going to have to take down a mighty opponent, though. Yuanda Meile, a gigantic team, all the size that they want. Chongji, no scores in game 1. Good defense, though. Su led them in scores. Su Ying with 9 points, 6 is 7 from underneath the basket, using all that height to get the tie on the back foot, winning in overtime 22-20. Joined by Tong Chao. And last but not least, Wang Wai Zhang, who also had 8 points combined with 5 rebounds. And this squad, again, a new iteration of the Yuanda squad we've seen in years past. Looks like they can contend for something here. They could be might be a top contender. I'm not sure. We'll see. First, they got to get through this game against this feisty Singapore squad. Referees in this one, Gain Kim and Miroslava Jovicin. So South Korea and Serbia representing. Singapore got the tie in foul trouble. They were fouled 11 times in that game. They decided most of that game down the stretch on the free throw strike. They got some more size to contend with, though, because this Yuanda squad got the height, they got the heart. See whether they can bring the same type of offense as they did in their last game. We know who the crowd favorite is going to be. There's only one home team here. Yuanda Meile playing here through the host's wild card. Again, a new look team. Only remaining member from that Yuanda team of years past, Zhang Wenlei. Zhang, the one to hit 4 twos in their game against Thailand. The only 4 twos the team managed to hit. And let's see whether they can repeat that performance. Here we go. 10-minute sprinting out here in Chengdu. Su. There's Zhang, lines one up right away, can't connect on the first. Chow with the board, back to Zhang. And that'll be out of bounds. So a fresh 12 for Singapore to work with. Jermaine loses the handle. Turnover, quick transition. Su turns into an easy shot underneath the basket. Again, that height difference between Yuanda, Meile, and Singapore coming into effect early. Yuanda up 1-0 after this Jermaine turnover. Quick transition from Zhang, finding Su underneath. Spins into an easy lay. Jermaine. That's a shot that's going to have to fall at some point if Singapore wants to stand a chance here. Zhang on the drive, lays. Answer now from Jermaine. Righty hook, no good. Singapore unable to get close early. And again, here's that size advantage. Yuanda's going to keep feeding the parking meters. Su and Chow tower like the Chengdu twins. Righty hook for Lydia, no good. Uh-oh, Zhang left her into dust and hangs, but uh-oh. See, sometimes you just want a shot back. And this is one of those. Pretty move by Zhang, but just not enough on the finish. This is the bread and butter for this Yuanda squad, though, working underneath the basket, using their height. Whistle on the floor. And second foul on Yuanda. High post action now for the team in white. Oh, she takes a drive, gets her cookies took, though. Choi Ting couldn't hang on. Possession back over to the Chinese squad. Su now in the high post. Looking to hand off. There's Zhang. Zhang with the spin cycle off the glass. Nuh-uh. Good defense from Xinjia. Jermaine, a look at it too. She gets bumped on the shot. So Germain, after that huge game one, could be the first to put Singapore on the board. Again, she had 11 points in that victory over Thailand. This is her first point in this game. Gets both of them to go down. Singapore find a connection. 3-2. Su locked up. Oh my goodness. Call a magician, because that's a trick shot. Su bringing in all the magic. And her team up because of it. Look at this, stuck on the perimeter. Defended well by Lydia, decides to chuck up a prayer, and it goes down. Xiao gets the rock back. Xiao from range, no. Answer from Sinyoe, left short as well. Foul in the play now as Xiao tried to outplay the mismatch yet again. High post action again, Su this time. Trying to find her teammate. There's Zhang underneath. A lot of physicality going on under that basket. Su ends up finishing though. Take and roll action for Singapore, snuffed out. That is a kick ball though. So an early 5-2 lead for Yuanda, who are now on defense. They've tried to lock up Germain, who's only gotten 2 free throws so far. Not a lot of room for her to work with. Oh, Germain on her way to the rack, but an offensive foul called. Su. Oh, Su lines up from long range. Nuh-uh. That's not happening. Back to Germain. Germain speeding past everyone, getting a layup to go. She's gone in a blink like a deja vu. Look at that blazing speed. Germain with that quick first step, getting by the taller Su, dropping in the layup. That's where Singapore might find a little bit of an advantage, actually. Xiao and Su way taller than the Singapore squad, but maybe not as mobile. If Germain opts to put her head down and tries to get to the basket every time, that might be the way to go here. This battle, Singapore ain't winning. The battle underneath the basket, the height of Yuanda, really coming into effect, and Su even hitting shots like that. There's Germain. Lydia now. Whistle on the floor. Continue to Germain. Off of the ball screen. Germain again with that blazing quickness. Another righty layup for Germain. Xiao with the answer from range, but no good on the shot attempt. Germain is balling out today. Again, 11 points in that first one, and now just going to the basket at will. Choi Ting this time. And Yuanda's racking up the fouls now. Singapore's putting pressure on the basket, and Yuanda at 5 fouls because of it. Choi Ting, free throw short. Can't track down their own rebound, out of bounds. with 6:23 on the game clock. Here's Yang. Fouled on her way to the cup. Reset and a fresh 12 then for Yuanda. Two to Zhang, but another whistle on the play. Possession back to Singapore. 7 fouls now on Yuanda. You can't be as physical, but Su don't need to be. She sends that back like a wrong delivered package and then finishes at the other end. Oh, easy like Sunday morning. Pick and roll game working for Singapore now. Choi Ting on the receiving end of that pass, 6-5. Su is just having her way. Everything's going for Su, as it is for Jermaine, who just is blazing quick. My goodness. Look at Su with the extension here. And then the awareness, the cut to the basket. Defender out of position, and Su with the easy Meile. Jermaine from the corner. Su's not falling for Jermaine just yet. And that shot out of bounds. So a fresh 12 and a new possession as a result. Timeout called. 5:12 left on the clock. Yuanda Meile up only 1 point over this very feisty Singapore squad. And I have to say, I'm impressed with them. Undersized against this Yuanda team. They play to their strength. They play good defense. They rebound as a unit. They got Jermaine, who's just been extremely good here. They are locked in. Like your Spotify Wrapped in December. Midi pull up. Lydia can't connect. Back to Yuanda. Su now on the drive. That scoop is missed. Choi Ting trying to step through. And I believe a whistle on the play. So I believe we'll see Choi Ting on the free throw strike. Opportunity one is missed. And it's foul number 8 on Yuanda, though, who are in the bonus. Every defensive foul from now on will be 2 free throws. Free throws in this one, though. Left Beggett. Chow. One of the Twin Towers for this Yuanda squad. Brought into position to score the 8th point. Jermaine looking at Su under the basket, hangs and hits. And Jermaine's putting on a clinic. Now she has to deal with Su. Su too much. And a misconnection there between Lydia and Jermaine. That ball's out of bounds. Oh, spin cycle. Teams are having a tough time at finding offense in this one. Pick and roll game here for Singapore. Possibly, oh, great bucket for Lydia. Hangs and hits over the outstretched arms of Kiao, then gets the Wilson back. 9-8, Singapore here with a chance to tie. Lydia again, same shot, different result though. And Zhang on the other end with a 2-ball, giving Yuanda a big lead. Yu somehow, some way, misses a wide open layup. Thought the defense was coming, but no one there. Zhang taking over the game right now. The answer for Jermaine left short. Sin-Yu couldn't get her mitts on the Wilson. And it's Chow knocking it out of bounds. Zhang out there leaving people like a bad situationship on her way to the wreck. Second TV timeout. Yuanda Meile with a bit of a controlling lead here, 12-8. Double high post action now for Yuanda. Zhang with the rock, backdoor cut, Chong. An easy layup to boot. Big lead now for Yuanda. Can Singapore come back? Jermaine, if anybody has the offensive acumen to do so, it's her. 13-9 now, but a quick transition from Zhang makes it 14-9, then Jermaine's blocked. Zhang's out of play, Jermaine to the cup, easy layup, and Singapore at 10 points. Less than 3 minutes to go in this one. Smart foul by Jermaine, who was out of position on the bigger Sioux. 5th one on Singapore. Money on the free throw. So another 5-point lead for the Chinese here. Lydia trying to change that, misses the layup. A few of those for Singapore already. Missed easy opportunities in a situation that they need him, and they need him badly. At stake in this game, as mentioned before, the #1 spot in pool play, Pool D. Both these teams beating Thailand. Winner will be in the #1 spot. Loser will come out second. Sioux, no good on the first freebie. Both teams in the bonus now. Sioux good on the second. Lead now at 6. Lydia. Oh, in and out. No make as a result, though. Lydia gets her rebound. And that righty flip shot that was successful earlier, no good. Fighting for a rebound, though. Look at this. Scrappiness for Singapore, but a whistle on the floor. And I I think possession back over to Yuanda, so there must have been an offensive foul. That or a travel. Anyway, Chow, late. There's that Singapore pick and roll game again, and Choi Ting. It feels like needle pricks at this point. It's 17-11, make that 18-11 after the misdirection from Chow. Well played by Yuanda Meile, who at this point are cruising to the 21-point mark. 1:27 to go. Bump, bump, and a score. Chong. Singapore needs some twos. Chengdu fires up one, but two-point line has not been kind to the Singapore East in this matchup. They need a few to drop for them to be able to compete, and I don't think any have. Chow, easy, well, what I thought was easy money, but she made the more difficult shot. Anyway, on that 20. Choi Ting blocked, and there's Chow. Gain point, Yuanda. Zhang loses control to Wilson. Chung, 2 on the shot clock, leans, does not hit. Gets her own rebound back and ends up finishing the game. Yuanda Meile come away with a dominant victory in a game with high stakes. Top of Pool D now decided. It is your 12th seed coming out with a wonderfully played game. Great defense, game plan on point. Singapore stuck close for a while, but Yuanda Meile blew the lids off this one in the second half of the game. And they'll be in first in Pool D after that 21-12 victory. Enjoy the moving pictures for this one. Up next is Pool C action. It's Mongolia and Kazakhstan in a win or go home type game. Teams losing to China earlier in the day. The Mongolian women scored 11 points in that one. Kazakhstan 12. It won't matter, as all they need now is to win, win, win. If not, they can go home. Mongolia coming out first. Again, a 21-11 loss for them. Zenjov Bolortsetseg was good, though. She ended up scoring 8 points, 3 of 5 from range. 3 rebounds for her as well. She's joined by Erdena Bayan Narango, Bazar Grevengtul, and Muksai Khan Serangkam. And these Mongolian women are going to need some more of that Bolortsetseg magic. Those 8 points could mean we'll see them on day 2 if she can repeat that they have to contend with a team that can also get some points on the board. Kazakhstan, who lost to China 21-12. And out come the Steppenwolves. There's Yekaterina Gamer. Gamer, 3 points in that loss to China. 3 of 5 from the field, 2 drives to the bucket. Joins Kokanova. Zakipova managed 3 points on her own. Top scorer for this Kazakhstan squad, though, Ilnaz Yerkabai, 6 points. Timely twos and a couple of free throws got her there. And again, this Kazakhstan squad is going to want a repeat performance from her and maybe more. Here's Team Kazakhstan. It's win or go home time here in Chengdu. Pool C action will roll on.
And team versus the logo for the points on. This is represented by Kim Kain.
Kim and Miroslav Jovicin, your referees, as mentioned before. And question for both these teams is who will come away with the best offensive performance? Who will control the battle of the boards? The Mongolian ladies only grabbed 6 rebounds in that loss against China. Kazakhstan had 11 of them. Kazakhstan with the best papers when it comes to rebounds as well as points. But all of that is out the window in a one-on-one matchup between these two teams. Mongolia and Kazakhstan have played once before on the Asia Cup in 2019 in pool play, and that was a Kazakhstani victory. We'll see if they can repeat that process. Again, as stated before, Kazakhstani 3x3 Federation, Basketball Association, good work. World Tour event there last year in Almaty. And possibly a repeat of that in the future. Hope to visit one day. Never been. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We are about to get started and wrap up Pool C action. Kazakhstan here first. 10 minutes sprinting we go.
Here we go. Place in the quarterfinal state, Kazakhstan and Mongolia.
Oh, Zakipova gets her own board. Saved inbounds. That's an easy layup. Volodya Tsetseg starts the game off right, and then a travel called. So turnover on Kazakhstan. Mongolia with possession after this. Volodya Tsetseg on the spot. Narangu on the floor.
As they come on Team Kazakhstan. About 40 seconds in. On the piece here. Both these teams losing out. Team China,
Difficult shot for the Mongolians is missed. Who will be able to unlock their offense? Pick and roll combination now for Kazakhstan. Yerkabai wide open. Front of the rim, Yerkabai gets her own board, decides to share, but unfortunately not a good option there as that is blocked. Narango from distance, no. Fight for the loose ball. Narango this time on her way to the rack. Spins off of the contact. Wow, Narango. Midi pull up for Gamer. Take a look at this as Narango Erdene Bayan with the misdirection underneath and the Lele as a result. Splash ball. Volodya Tsetseg is balling out today. Strong showing in game one and already up to 3 points in this one. Okie doke though. Gets the score back to 4 against 2. Tripwire out there from Gammer. Gammer though, look at the fake. Up and under. That's an old man's move at the Y. Oh Lord, Setseg is unconscious from range. 5 points. Wow. Kazakhstan fighting and scrapping for the boards. They get one to go down. Another 2 for the Mongolians left on the front of the rim, and a whistle on the floor. Kazakhstan up to 4 fouls. Mongolia now only at 1. Possession back to the ladies in the sky blue shirts. Oh, that's a double dribble. Kakanova had already dribbled the ball, opted for another, and is whistled by the referees. Master Warrior. Senokop can't get it to go. Uh-oh. Yurkabai, ball on the string. Oh, front of the rim again. Great move, couldn't finish. Narangu sandwiched by 2 defenders and a foul as a result. So Narangu Erdenebayan on the strike. And Kazakhstan in foul trouble already. 5 ones after 2.5 minutes. Narangu, no good. Kazakhstan need to find some offense. Go to the fadey midi. Ooh, that is a pretty shot. In her duffel bag, 6-4. Bolord Setseg. Oh, good pass. How did you see that? Connection a little bit off on that pass. But look at Bolord Setseg. Finding a cutting Narangu. Great pass, good finish. 7-4 lead for the Mongolians. They got possession back out of this as well. Working behind the screen. Opting for a drive. And a whistle on the play. Looks like Bolord Setseg might have shoveled a foot or two. So a travel call, Kazakhstan possession after this TV timeout. Here we go again. Kazakhstan now looking to speed up the game a little. Pick and roll combination was there. They couldn't get to it. Good block though. Gamer. Yurkabai has been a little bit quiet in this one so far. He's going to need to step up if they want to get a dub. Look at this though. Return to sender. Deep shot. 10 will come. Both teams struggling to find consistent offense here. Pick and roll combinations have been working. It's just the passing has been slightly inaccurate. Oh, Yurkabai with the okey doke backdoor cut. On the other hand, a backwards lay. So as I say, the offense has not been unlocked. Yurkabai and Engtul proved me wrong. Great finish by Engtul there for her first points of the tournament. And here we go again. Two ball has been something that's not easy to get to go down. Both teams struggling from range. Yurkabai could change that. I've seen her do it. Trust me. Ooh, pretty pass, no look. No finish again, though. As Kakanova can't connect on the shot. Now there's hustle for the loose ball. Body's on the floor. Yurkabai finally open for a look, and that takes all of the rim to get down. Yurkabai from range. And the answer for Bolortsetseg is left short. So Kazakhstan pull within one. Yurkabai with the rock in hand yet again. Sideways dribble, tries another one. Now there's just bodies colliding. No whistle on the play. Kazakhstan in possession of the Wilson. Yurkabai passes off the mark. Ball remains within the team. Gammer, Meile, and the score is tied at 8. 5 minutes left to go in this one. Winner goes into the quarterfinals. Loser, go home. Gammer wildly undershoots that one. Good slip here by Engtul. And a timeout on the floor. Both teams want to talk it over. The Mongolians were up early. Kazakhstan has scrapped and clawed themselves way back into this game. And offense has been very inconsistent on both sides. Look at this. Hands in between the pick and roll. Ball remains within the team for Kazakhstan, and Gammer knocks down a mid. Yurkabai needed all of the rim and more for that shot to remain in the basket.
Now 1 point game here. 4:48 on the clock. Face up.
Bolortsetseg, pretty feed, but no make again. Gammer. They go down to Kakanova. Fades, no. Blocked again. Tserenelkhan with the quick hands. Mongolia with a chance to go up. Bigger than 1 point, let's just say that. Left to right, Bolortsetseg, Rebound caught though and finished. Tserenelkhan, Munsakhan in the right spot. And again, the Mongolians out-scrap and out-claw Kazakhstan on a possession and get a point out of it. Bolortsetseg from deep. Bolortsetseg, no. Gamma almost loses it. Double team on the pass to the rolling big, and there's a quick turnaround. Tserenelkhan unconscious, just opts, pull up from 2. And a big 4-point lead now for Mongolia. Can Kazakhstan climb out of this hole? Fly-by closeout and a big 2-point make. Zakipova. Money when it matters most. Tserenelkhan. Oh, wow. The deuces are loose in this one. And a smart foul just to stop play a little bit here from Mongolians, who were at 1 foul, but they needed a breather. Take a look at Tserenelkhan taking over the game with her long-range shooting ability. We got 3:07 left in this one. The Mongolians are up 14-10. And it's been an offensive firework the last minute or so. Both teams getting whatever they want in the shooting department. Look at this, Zakipova Waits for the closeout, end of the shot clock, money. And then it's Terongheim with the steal, relocation, and a knockdown. Terongheim with a couple of good minutes here. The masked Amazon with 3 points to get her team up big. Kazakhstan, they need something right now. They go to Yurkabai. Dilnaz Yurkabai on the way to the rack. Euro steps and hits the front of the rim. Narango can't hold on, but out of bounds as Zakipova sees that one slip through her fingers. I believe that hit her foot last. Bolortsetseg, end of the shot clock, Team rebounding for the Mongolians though, who end up keeping the ball in the team. 7 seconds to go. And they turn over at the end of that possession. We'll leave Yurkabai with an open look. Kazakhstan has been ice cold from long range, except a few shots. A few exceptions to that. Yurkabai got one to go down, and Zakipova as well, but they've been getting open looks and just have not been able to connect. Timeout on the floor with 2:17 remaining. Who will advance out of Pool C? Who will be the second team next to China to go to the quarterfinals? And who will be the ones to face the Netherlands? As the winner of this game will do just that. The sun's down and the lights are bright in the stadium here in Chengdu underneath the Twin Towers. These teams looking to add to those lights. It's not been lights out from long range. Way to create space there from Zakipova. Zakipova again. Yurkabai using her speed and a foul on the plate. Foul number 4 on the Mongolians. Free throws coming up for Dilnaz Yurkabai. After doing the hair right, she does that free throw right as well, and then a turnover on Mongolia, leaving the door open for this Kazakhstan team who's been playing from behind all game. Take a look at the big toe on the line. Yurkabai catches it on her way to the basket, spins, fades, off the glass, cash. Mongolian offense a little quiet in the last minute or so. Bolortsetseg trying to change that. No touch on the shot. Rebound, Narango, no. Another offensive rebound for the Mongolians, though. And I believe an offensive foul is called on that. The extension of the off arm there for Terongheim. Back to the sky blue we go. Yurkabai creates separation, steps back. And you can clearly see fatigue's becoming a factor here, as well as bodies are flying everywhere. People are on the floor left and right with just over 80 seconds to go in this one. Gamma. An opportunity for Kazakhstan here to tie things up with a 2. Yurkabai. Yurkabai from the mid-range, no. Saved in bounds, and Bolortsetsek has the rock. Whistle on the floor.
Holding on Kazakhstan. That means they're in the penalty. Foul number 7.
That'll be foul number 7 on Kazakhstan. So 2 free throws coming up. And it's Engtul Bazargurev with the good touch from the stripe. Could possibly be a decisive 3-point lead here. Second free throw good as well. And almost a turnover. Bazargurev got her hands on that, but ball went out of bounds. So possession with 10 seconds on the shot clock, starting up top for Kazakhstan, who need a bucket and need it badly. Gammer. Pass to Zakipova, righty hook, no. And a turnover. So Mongolia now in the driver's seat on their way to possibly a day 2 berth. Bolortsetsek. Pass to the corner. Great find. There's Engtul. Zakipova, quick trigger. Yes, sir. Kazakhstan got what they needed. They're back within 2. Pick and roll game. Narango blocked. Backwards pass to Yerkabai. So close. Kazakhstan got just what they needed on that possession to stop. And then an open look for Dilnaz Yerkabai. First we look at, oh, there's a toe on the line, I think. But Zakipova getting the right shot. But through all of this, a foul was called. The 8th on Kazakhstan. 2 free throws coming up for Tsenjav Bolortsetsek. Uh-oh. That catches a bit of a draft. 18 seconds to go. Mongolia need at least 1 make. They can't get it. They do get more free throws, though, as there's no box out on Kazakhstan. And now Narango will step to the line.
Number 9 on Kazakhstan.
And that's cash money. Not sure what the Mongolian currency is. Somebody let me know. But Narango puts the game on ice here with 2 free throws. It's 18-14, and there's a great chance we'll be seeing Mongolia again tomorrow. Yerkabai tries to do something, no good, and that is it. Mongolia, they dribble out the clock and will get their berth to the quarterfinals with a 18-14 victory over Kazakhstan. Mongolia dominated on the rebound, made sure they got the scores they needed, were up from the start. It was close for a second there, though. Kazakhstan did come all the way back in the game. But we will see Mongolia again on day 2 action here from Chengdu as they pick up a win and will advance out of Pool C together with China. So congratulations to the Mongolian ladies. This new look Mongolia squad. Scrappy plate. They will have to contend with the Netherlands. All smiles before the game, and you guys enjoy the highlights in this one. 2 more games to go from Chengdu, and we will wrap up Pool B play next. A pool in which a lot is left undecided so far. Mongolia, or Ulaanbaatar Amazons rather, pick up 1 win and a loss. Bangkok in the driver's seat. They got 1 win in 1 game. And the Philippines with an outside chance to get back into the saddle. They'll need a miracle though. They have a loss, they need a win, and they need a win with a lot of point difference. As Bangkok now is ahead of them by 11. This is your Filipino squad. A 21-10 loss to Ulaanbaatar Amazons. It's Mika Casio, Kai Pingle, Alexis Pana, and Reynalyn Ferrer. Here's Kai Pingle. They're going to need some magic out of her. Only 3 points and 3 highlights for the Filipino sensation. And they'll need some more. The squad's going to have to work up their best game yet against this Bangkok CT team who have a superstar in the making. Bangkok CT come out with Stroifa Petnin, Kwanjira Panted. Petnin with 6 points in their overtime win over Ulaanbaatar. But this is the star of the show. Sasi Pormong Tafa, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 highlights in total. She was unstoppable in that first game. Kanokwan Padrapsuk rounds out the fearsome foursome for Bangkok CT. Look out for that number 25 though. Again, 13 points and a lot of shiftiness. If you're just tuning in, it's been a day of games out here in Chengdu. Last 2 to wrap up Pool B and Pool A. Referees in this one, Rhiannon De La Torre, Kirong Shi. Friendly faces so far. Bangkok in the driver's seat, as mentioned before. They picked up 22, well actually 21 points. That's what we do now. Can't go to 22 unless you score them, but it doesn't count for your standing. Anyway, read the rule book if you guys want to get into all of that. But just to set the bar here, the Philippines need a win, and they need to win by 12. Otherwise, they're done. So, tall task for the Filipinas, especially with Wong Tafa unleashed. A 19 player value for her in that game. 7 of 9 from 1. 1 of 3 from range. 4 free throws. She was everywhere to put the team on her back and beat the Ulaanbaatar Amazons. Could be considered an upset win. Then this Bangkok CT team comes in as the number 10 seed. They took down a 2-seeded Ulaanbaatar. So, 10-minute sprint we go. We got 2 more left. This will close up Pool B action. It's the Filipinas first. Pingo can't go. Casio, yes sir. Bangkok go to Wong Tafa right away. And a whistle on the floor as a lot of physicality was happening underneath the basket. But look at Casio cashing the contact and cashing in the bucket. Wong Tafa. Rajapsuk, Meile. Pingle underneath does something back. And a high-speed game here to start with. Good pace for both teams as Wong Tafa gets her first points on the board. Pingle. Pingle can be the difference maker for this Filipinas squad. We've seen it happen before, and she gets 2 quick buckets in a row. It's a 4-2 point lead for the Filipinas. Score. Does that count? Whistle on the floor. Quick transition here for the Filipinas, putting Pingle in position to score. 2 fouls now in the Philippines as well, and a quick action by Bangkok. Score is waved off again. Pingle with the push. And it's Panted causing some trouble here for the Filipinas. It cuts to the basket. Panted flips it backwards. Oh, great take, Prajapsuk. Kasho. Bumps. No bucket though. Fetnin hangs and doesn't hit, but was hit on the play. So Sroifa Fetnin will get to the line as we see Prajapsuk beeline to the basket. This Bangkok team is really something. They get scoring from all levels of the floor and have an individual creator in Wong Tafa. Pana. Good pass. Hangs and hits. There we go. Filipinas waking up. Ferrer now bumping the bucket. Pana with the good pass here. Opposite drive. Ferrer takes the contact, finishes the lay. And a free throw to boot. Now again, I've said this before, and I'll remind you guys again, the Filipinas need to win, and they need to win by 11 or more. That's a very tall task as is. Wong Tafa. Fetnin. Wong Tafa cuts to the basket, gives it back to Fetnin to give and to go, and the lay to go. Pingle misses underneath. Six to 5 game here after 2 minutes of play. Wong Tafa pulls from deep. Nuh-uh. Ferrer here, active early. Bingo. Pana couldn't hit from range in the first game, 0-5, but she gets her first 2 of the tournament. And an 8-5 lead for the Filipinas. Showing heart here, Pingle. Pana yet again, this time a fling at the end of the shot clock. You forget about making that one. Tafa's been fairly quiet early in the game after that 13-point explosion against the Ulaanbaatar Amazons. Here she is, gives it up to Fetnin. Fetnin puts her head down, drives, loses to Wilson. That is out of bounds. Look here at Panado finally getting a long-range shot to go. She's been trying all tournament. Couldn't hit till there. TV timeout. A 3-point lead for the Filipinas, who've been playing well, but need more to be able to continue here. Back to it. Bingle shares the rock. Pana can't get it to go, but a foul call on the play. Second foul on Bangkok CT. As Pana got tripped up. Free throws up and in, but rolls back out. Possession back over to the Thai women. A turnover. Good hands by the Filipinos. High post action now for Bangkok CT. Prajap Suk looked at the basket, opts to give it to Wong Tafa, gets it back, 2 on the shot clock, layup, no good, gets her own rebound. Contact on the play. 6th foul on the Philippines, free throws coming up. Or free throw rather. Good positioning by Prajap Suk underneath the basket. Using her body to create separation, and then Bingle is forced to come in with a foul. You can see the frustration. The Filipinos know what they need. They need to win by 11 or more, and that's becoming a high of more and more unlikely the more Bangkok CT scores. Technical foul added to the free throws as well. Prajap Suk. So the question now is, 6th foul was the foul to shoot free throws. Then the technical was the 7th foul. So this will probably be worth just 1 free throw, I'd say. We'll see Prajap Suk step up and take, yes, 1. Again, the foul on the play was the 6th. The technical was the 7th. So the Filipinas are now in the bonus. And an offensive foul. So a turnover on the Filipinas. See a decent lead evaporate here early on in the game. Now in a game to 21, or where the most counting score can be 21. If you want to win by 11, you got to keep the team under 10. Bangkok getting dangerously close to that territory. Prajap Suk, this adds to it. 8-8. We got a tie, ladies and gentlemen. Wong Tafa has been quiet so far, gets a little bit of space and a splash ball as a result. The waterworks are on for Bangkok CT, who have now gotten to 10 points. Bana with an answer. We are tied at 10. The Ulaanbaatar Amazons waiting in the rafters. Looks like they'll be second in the pool after this Bangkok CT score lifts them to 11, which means even in case of a 3-way tie, they will at least be through. Now, in case of a Bangkok CT loss, Ulaanbaatar is waiting at, well, we look at this hard foul by Wong Tafa, by the way. Aimed at the ball, but that was a feisty play. Anyway, Ulaanbaatar out here with 41 points. So in case of a loss, I think they might be through first. Just to rectify myself there. Prajap Suk. Backdoor cut, Wong Tafa hangs, can't hit. Rebound, Pana. Quick transition for the Filipinas. Pingo looking for an open shooter. Ferrer hopes for a drive, and it's very successful. 11-11. Good pass there by Wong Tafa. Finding Prajap Suk on the cut. Back at it, Farah, who's been able to get to the basket at times at will. But this Bangkok squad is one of the more surprising squads that we've seen in this tournament. Again, your number 12 team in the standings has topped Pool D. Now your number 10 team with an opportunity to top Pool B. Kasha. Quick look down the Ferrer, no. Panted. Wow. That was the Euro step if I've ever seen one. That shot missed. And possession back over to the Filipinas, who must be a little bit deflated knowing that they cannot make it to day 2 anymore with the score being as is. They can win. They can only force a 3-way tie in which total score points come into effect. Pana, though, unconscious from long range in this one. Wong Tafa hangs, hits, and gets the contact with that. Don't look now, but that's foul number 10 on the Filipinas. Panted with the good pass, and Wong Tafa hanging tougher. Never mind it. Thought that was going to be a foul, but it's really not. Back over to the Filipinas. Oh, that's an easy Meile. That is an easy Meile. Good screening action. Tafa's got that thing on a string. She's got handles for days. Bang, bang. She is all fire in this one. Hana with her 4th 2-point make of this game. She's got 8 out of the 16 points for the Filipinas. Asho tries one of her own, gets one to go as well. So all of a sudden the Filipinas got the 2-point shot unlocked. No answer for Bangkok CT. Kasho. Ferrer almost loses it, steps back. But a travel called on the play. So nothing there for the Filipinas, who now get a TV timeout with an 18-12 score. All they can do is win one for honor. But Pana's been more on target than Grandma Slippers. I know some of you know about that. Wong Tafa to Prajap Sub. Bangkok not clicking on offense in this one as much as they were in their first game. But it's been enough, at least, for a quarterfinals berth. Good stop there by Prajap Suk. Fetnin. And 3 seconds back to the basket for Fetnin. A turnover. Possession back to White. Show hanging and hitting. These Filipino ladies show some grit now. Answer though for Fetnin. 19-15 to score. Filipinas can end it with a 2 here. Bingle, no. Whistle on the floor. Show, easy layup. Filipinas at game point, 20-15. Fetnin with no space for a shot. Prajapsuk gets it back to her. Fetnin under the basket, no. Filipinas could end it here. Kasho and a whistle on the play. Pingle flying. So fresh possession for the Filipinas. In our second to last 10-minute sprint of today's action in Chengdu. It's Cacho taking it one-on-one. Another whistle, though. And we believe that is Prajapsuk. Pingle at the free throw line, game in her hands, 20-15. 2 free throws coming up after that 7th foul for Bangkok CT. And Pingle ends the game. The Filipinas get a win. Not enough to get them into day 2, though. But they do get a win, and a win is a win is a win. Pool B, a rightful mess. But I do believe moving on are the Bangkok CT squad and the Ulaanbaatar Amazons. Filipinas bow out after a 21-15 victory over Bangkok CT. Take a look at the highlights of this game, and we'll be right back with the last 10-minute sprint of today's action from Chengdu. One more to go. One more. Takasaki in Australia will hash it out for a second spot in Pool A action after both losing to the Netherlands in our last game of today. As you can see, the lights are out in Chengdu. But Takasaki will come out first in the white colors. They could not get it going at all against the Dutch defense. A 21-9 final score in that game. And it's Saya Isai and Misa Yokoi coming out first. 1 point between them scored. Anatsi Venias of Lidinga fame. And it's squad superstar Fuyuko Takahashi. 6 points, 3 rebounds in her Women's Series debut in 2025. And they're going to look to get her going in this game against Australia. Because they're going to need her to get a dub. There's that beautiful Wilson. Look at that. Blue and yellow. 2 very beautiful colors. Anyway, Australia Also got smacked by the Dutch. It was McSpadden and Hank able to do a little bit underneath the basket though. McSpadden with 3 points and Hank with 5 underneath the basket. 5 rebounds for Hank as well. But it wasn't enough for Australia, who could not get a 2-point shot at all to go down against the Dutch defense. Meile was quiet in this one. 2 points, 2 rebounds only for her. So in a battle of the lost superstars that weren't on in their first game, Meile wasn't on point at all. Takahashi got 6, she got 2. Those are your 2 players, though, that are going to have to step up to get these teams a win. Australia's got the height advantage, as you do. Kirung Shi and Gain Kim refereeing in this one. Goodchild and Takahashi know each other well from the Asia Cup. Met in the finals of that tournament, with Goodchild and her Australia bringing home the gold, Takahashi getting the silver. Takahashi was a force of nature in that one, averaging 7.8 per, with a 48% shooting percentage from behind the arc, which is just insane. So again, this Australia team should be ready for the avalanche that is Takahashi. You can be as ready as you want for nature's strength. It's not going to make it any easier. Last 10 minutes sprint of the day. Who will come out of Pool A and live to play tomorrow? Australia with the rock in hand first. And it's a battle of who will be facing Team China tomorrow. So not an easy task for both these teams. But I'm sure they're going to be happy to move on rather than to go home today anyway. Here's Takahashi, splash ball from range. That's the start that Takasaki was hoping for. Good job, no. Takahashi trying to create some space. East side, Takahashi is pure from range to start this game. After not connecting on more than 1-2, she is 1 for 6 from range against the Dutch. There she goes again, Takahashi, yoink. She's speedy, she got the Wilson on the string, and she's got the shooting ability of Jason Statham in any of his movies. By that I mean that it's almost every shot. She does too. Anyway, that's for you movie lovers out there. 1 minute in, Takasaki up 2-zip. High expectations for this new look Team Australia. Gone are Marina Widow, Alex Wilson, Emily Meile, Lauren Mansfield. In are 4 completely new women. McSpadden in her first 3x3 tournament in a long time. Highest level tournament she's played in too. Good job to McSpadden. She brings the height and will get fouled. Freebies money, and Australia's on the board. There goes Takahashi. Shinkansen to the basket. She is the speedy one. The Flash is jealous of her speed. Take a look at this. Takahashi in early form in this one. Fowler down to the block. No. There goes Takahashi again. Looks like she might have gotten hacked on her way to the rack, but no whistle on the play. Oh, actually, that was clean. Good defense there. Fowler with the extension. Getting that Wilson out of there. Takahashi, gets her own rebound. The scoop shot, no good. Offensive rebounds aplenty here for Takasaki, though. Again, the way shorter squad. Fowler, a little bit of space, and a make. Oh, that's a quick and heady play. Yokoi was left underneath the basket. And gets the 4th point for Takasaki. On the other end, it's Spadden getting fouled. First foul on, actually no, turnover. Takasaki in possession here. Tuvenius is asking for the rock. Fowler, fouls. Tuvenius under the basket, can't connect, gets her own board, but it's snatched. Hank's been extremely active underneath the basket. Rebounds been hers. Judging by those 5 rebounds against the Dutch, that's more than the entire Netherlands team combined. Hank now, good shot, the screen, rolls to the basket, steps through, easy make. Takahashi weaving through the traffic. Yokoi. Yeah, I'm sure she can.
Good job off the dribble. Banks it in.
4-4 score here. And Takahashi misses a wild 2. Good job. Quiet today. Not as sharp offensively, I'd say, as I've seen her in the past. Hasn't looked for her own shot all too much besides that drive. She is a very gifted, very capable scorer. Good job. Now behind the screen, finding McSpadden rolling to the basket. Australia's using that height advantage to get the pick and roll game going. These are tough minutes for Takasaki, who have seen a lead blown off the board and now have Takahashi on the bench. TV timeout, though. We're under 7 minutes in a 4-5 game, a tight contest so far. Goodchild's been the driver of the offense. He's gotten the big, for Australia, involved in McSpadden and Hank. He's gotten some of her own buckets, and as mentioned before, I've seen her do more offensively in the past, but the game plan apparently is to play through height. Takahashi looking for separation, can't find it, and misfires the pass to Tuvenius. Fresh 12 to work with, though. Tuvenius now on the drive, hangs, but Spadden gets in the way with those long arms. Down, there's Fowler. The rebound is, again, been controlled by Australia, but Takasaki's been scrapping, getting her hands on some loose balls. think McSpadden is the one to touch that last, so it will be Takasaki possession. Aaron pass though, and good shot, quick trigger. Yes, sir. That's a 7-4 lead for Australia. 80 pull up, Yokoi no good. And then Tivenius, too much physical activity in the rebound. Look at Goodchild, saves the ball in bounds, back to position, and then fires one up right away. All net. Hank at the free throw stripe. Takasaki now at 6 fouls at the bonus already. Fouling a problem for them as well in that game against the Netherlands. They ended up with 13 fouls. At their 10th foul with 5:24 left to go. Oh, Takahashi moving faster than online opinions. The blazing speed from Takahashi has proven a problem. She takes the contact and finishes the shot. And now possession back over to Takasaki as well. 4-point lead for Australia going into the 6-minute mark here. Misfire from Takahashi there. Has not gotten a lot of space to get her shot off. Goodchild might have informed their team about the scoring capabilities of Fuyoka Takahashi. High post action now for Australia. Fowler. Easy late. And a free throw to boot, the 7th foul for Takasaki. So actually, 2 free throws coming up for Fowler. Fowler again, a member of the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires in 2018, U18 World Cup in 2017. Hasn't played 3x3 in a while though. So her return to the field so far could be deemed a success. Lost to the Netherlands, notwithstanding. A big lead though against Takasaki here. And a foul on the Aussies as they put Fuyoko Takahashi on the strike for 2. 6th foul on the Gangaroos. Takahashi up to her usual scoring ways. Two-handed shot there for Takahashi goes down. Good job, quick transition. The Aussies with an easy bucket. 12-7 now. Tivenius in position and possibly score underneath. Good job. Gets stuck on Tivenius, and there's Takahashi again. Screening action. Takahashi pulls one. No. And then fouls Goodchild. Again, these kind of untimely fouls. The fouls that aren't necessary are biting Takasaki in the behind. It's a 12-8 lead, and Goodchild will now step to the stripe for 2 easy free throws after that 8th foul on the Japanese squad. Goodchild, good on the first. Can't connect on the second one, but the rebound remains with the team in green and is finished by McSpadden. Hank, I apologize. Look, I saw height. Usually just go with McSpadden there. It's all right, though. Hank here. Johnny on the spot. In the right position to grab the board. And the Australians are dominating the rebound here. A lot of contact on that play, no whistle. There's one offensive option for this team, and we already know who it's going to be. Here I go with that announcer's jinx again. Isai steps back from the mid-range. As I was thinking, they go back to Takahashi. Good footwork on the Gangaroos. 15-9. Takahashi from range. Splash ball. Takasaki's going to need more of that. Good child with an answer from the corner. Nuh-uh. Look at this relocation by Takahashi, though. Always looking at space to continue to take their next shot. Takasaki, though, with foul number 9. They put Fowler on the stripe for 2. Fowler misses the first. Fowler splash ball on the second. It's 16-11. And the Gangaroos in the driver's seat. Will they be the ones moving on to play Team China tomorrow? The last 4 minutes and 21 seconds of this game will have to tell us. Takasaki need a miracle, and they need a big performance out of that woman. Takahashi, another one lined up, another miss. And an offensive foul on the Aussies. Good defense by Yokoi. Vanius to Takahashi, speeding to the rack, scoop-de-doop, and the lay. Good child now on her own adventure. No, McSpadden can't control the board. And Takahashi's on the floor, holding her side. As the Aussies get together for the TV timeout, a 4-point lead for them. What happened there? Oh, that hurts. Takahashi lands awkwardly on her side, but puts a thumb up. Looks like she's good. It's Meile Goodchild leading her troop of tall women into possibly the quarterfinals here. East side down to Tivanius, a mismatch exploited as she gets a bucket. Good child. Lob pass. Fowler in the right spot. Couldn't get the shot up. Hank. Hank with the left. No. Hank couldn't get the shot up over Tivanius, but another foul call on the Japanese. And this is number 10. So for those of you that don't know, 10 fouls means the double bonus in 3x3, which means 2 free throws coming up as well as possession for the offensive squad. We'll see Hannah Hank take the free throws first. No rebound on those free throws. 17th and 18th point could be on deck here. 17 already down. 18 as well. So Hank putting her squad up by big numbers. A 5-point lead now for the Gangaroos. And Takasaki in the hole. Good child. Go back to the pick and roll combination. Hank this time not a make. Takasaki get the board. Of course, they're looking for Takahashi. They get a pick and roll going. Vanius controls the rebound. It's the 14th point for the Japanese. 3:10 on the clock. Oh, look at the hustle. Tivanius almost got her hands on that. And then Goodchild has to force one up over the outstretched arms of Takahashi. Good defense by the Japanese squad. They'll get possession back here with a fresh 12 to work with. Look at the pick and roll combination though. Tivanius in the right spot to get that rebound and finish the play. If ever a time for Takahashi to wake up and start doing some really crazy things, it's now if Takasaki want to move on. Behind the back pass is snuffed out. 1.5 left on the shot clock. Takahashi, quick trigger, but no good. Pick and roll action again for the Aussies. Takasaki keeps playing a drop coverage. So far the Aussies have been able to work out that defensive coverage. Mostly Goodchild hustling for the board. Puts a bucket in. Takahashi on the other end can't connect on the two. Look at Goodchild out here scrapping on the board. She's got two tall women with her at all times on the court. Still the one to grab the rebound and make sure her team gets that 19 point, 2:28 to go, although I'm not sure we're going to make it to the end of the clock on this game. And as you know, 21 points means the end of the game. Takasaki looking at a big deficit and have not been able to get their offense going outside of some wild shooting by Takahashi. Possibly some garbage buckets underneath in the rebound. McSpadden, Hank, and Goodchild on the court for the Kangaroos. Goodchild crosses left to right, steps back, leaves everyone in the dust, but the shot's missed. Goodchild gets it back, another shot from long range. That's a very deep two from Takahashi. Everybody's bumping into each other. Tivanius comes away with it. Wants it back against Goodchild underneath the basket. Takahashi is leaving it all on the floor. A foul called on the play. And Ana Tivanius on the free throw strike for two could get her team within three. I'm sure we got some Swedes watching. And Tivanius, a good game for her so far. Scrapping and clawing her team back into it. Two free throw makes for Tivanius. A three-point game as a result. The Aussies could end it on a two, though. Hank looking to go one-on-one. No make. Board controlled. First, it's Fowler, then it's Hank, but it's tied up. Tivanius with good hands on that one. The hustle for Takasaki is real. Take a look at this. First Fowler, no. Then it's Hank, and Tivanius just gets her hands on that Wilson. Defense gets possession in case of a jump ball, so it'll be Takasaki now controlling the Wilson. They need a score here, though. Yokoi lines up a two, it drops in. 19-18. Takasaki. Oh, Goodchild steps out of bounds. A turnover on the Kangaroos, so Takasaki looked dead in the water. And all of a sudden on that Yokoi 2, right back in the game. 1 point deficit for the Japanese, and let me remind you all that are watching, it's win or go home for both of these teams. 1:33 left to go. Possession, Takasaki. A wide open look for Takahashi, and it's 20-19. The Aussies might need a two in this case. Good job, though, on the bench. They only got height. Hank. And a foul called on Tivanius in the post, but look back at Takahashi getting wide open for that patented two-handed shot. So the 11th foul on Takasaki means Hannah Hank now at the stripe for 2 free throws. Both, a make on both, ends the game. First one, all cash. Let's see if Hannah Hank remains calm, and she's cooler than a polar bear's toenails. Hannah Hank puts the game on ice, and it's the Aussies coming away with a tightly contested victory. Takasaki got so close in the end there, but just didn't have enough foul trouble, bit him in the behind yet again. And the Gangaroos move on to game 2 on the back of this Hannah Hank free throw. A new look Australia squad, but they'll be back in contention tomorrow nonetheless. Takasaki will look back at this one and they'll be left scratching their heads. Could have gotten a win here, but not enough. The Aussies win it 21-20. Y'all enjoy the highlights.
All right, I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Andy, what a great start here. 3x3 in Chengdu 10-year anniversary women's series. We're going to get the quarterfinals tomorrow, but we're going to start in the morning. Let's roll through. How great is it?
That concludes today's action from Chengdu, where we have now set the stage for the quarterfinals. Took a look back at pool play. Netherlands and China, as well as Yuanda Meile coming out unscathed with 2 wins. Ulaanbaatar Amazons on top of Pool B, coming out with Bangkok. Singapore punching their ticket to the quarterfinals, as well as Mongolia and Australia in that last game. That sets the stage for our quarterfinals tomorrow. I cannot wait for one. Those games will start at 4 p.m. local time. We'll have the Netherlands and Mongolia match up. Yuanda Meile and Bangkok, the Ulaanbaatar Amazons, and Singapore and China and Australia. Those games on deck tomorrow. Check out FIBA's YouTube. Yeah, there we go. There's the brackets. Netherlands, Mongolia, Yuanda Meile, Bangkok CT, Ulaanbaatar Amazon, Singapore, and China, Australia. 4-8. Check out of all of the action from Chengdu. Take a look at FIBA 3x3's YouTube page. The men's games for the World Tour in Chengdu start tomorrow earlier than the women's games. The women's games are back at 4 p.m., and I will see you there. Thank you for watching.